My name is Lynn and I live in Beijing, and the reason I wear the mask is because I walk to work every day and I walk through traffic, and there's a lot of pollution coming from the emissions from the cars. Now, we do have safety standards for our emissions, and they're high. They're higher than in Canada, in fact, because we model ourselves on the European standards. But the problem is that there are so many cars. Everybody now wants to have a car, just like you have in Canada. So we know that there's a link between the emissions from the cars, which is of carbon dioxide, and climate change. Now, this isn't just happening in Beijing, this is worldwide. And there's been a UN commission on this, and they have established that carbon dioxide is one of the major causes of climate change. And there's lots of links that the scientists are now establishing between changing monsoons, increasing floods in Pakistan, the melting of the ice caps in the Arctic and the Antarctic, the increasing weather temperature in the oceans and more deserts. All these factors are linked to carbon dioxide and climate change. With this increase of temperature, the farmers are moving to the cities because there's no water for their farming. So they move to the cities with their families to get work and to get food. And that increases the population in the cities, and that increases the traffic and the congestion. So we're back to where I started talking about. My question is, we have been the major cause of this increase of carbon dioxide in the air. So what can we do now to reduce that? Well, one of the major ways to think about is changing our modes of transportation. And so we could rethink about our notions of prosperity to include exercise and health, to look at reintroducing bicycles as a means for providing more exercise for most of us, and the health of the general population by reducing the pollution. We could also think about returning to the use of trains to transport goods, which was the major way of transporting goods in the past before we moved to trucks. And finally, for individual transport, we are working now on introducing cars that are using less fuel and more based on electricity and other modes. So those are the new directions that we need to think about and support.